Hey there, StarCraft fans. It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today, it's going to be a match between BoxeR and ByungMat here on Destination. I have no idea who ByungMat is. I looked him up on Wikipedia. No results. Google doesn't know who he is either. But if he has 300 APM and he goes against BoxeR, I kind of feel like he is a pretty good Zerg player. So this is BoxeR. He's the person who popularized the BoxeR maneuver. That's why it's named after him, and that's why you hear people call it the BoxeR maneuver. If you're not familiar with BoxeR, maybe you know it as the eraser method. Right? Irradiating your science vessels, running them over a drone line. That's the BoxeR maneuver. That's the eraser move. But I'm going to call it the BoxeR maneuver because BoxeR is an incredible StarCraft player. And I know he's not from this era, but if you don't know who BoxeR is, go look at his Wikipedia page and be educated here. All right, so this is BoxeR as verified by bwreplays.com, a good source for replays and very trustworthy as far as I can tell, at least so far. I've been using them for like 4 years and they haven't steered me wrong yet. So top side, we have the red Terran player. It is BoxeR, and on the bottom side, it is the blue Zerg player, ByungMat. Rolling with 300 APM. He's feeling all right. Sending a drone up, actually. Look at this worker scout from ByungMat. How interesting is this? You don't see this a lot. It is a two-player map, so I guess your worker scout is guaranteed to find your opponent and see what they're up to. And at this point, nothing too surprising. It's a barracks opening. He didn't go for a CC first, which would be nuts against a Zerg player, because it could be a pool first. You have no idea. But at this stage, ByungMat's going for a 12 pool, or 12 hatch. Apologize. 12 hatch in it. Barracks on the way. Drone trying to harass a little bit. Actually pulling, well, 2 SCVs off the line a little bit here. This SCV, I imagine, is scouting based on the timing here and the minerals present. So, yeah, it's either a scout or he's going to try to throw up a bunker here and try to mess with his hatch first play, which could be pretty effective because the pool's just getting started now. And if the barracks is done, and it is, then you could just start making a bunker here. We've seen that. We've seen that on this map a few times. That's why the Overlord is positioned here to see exactly what is coming in and if any buildings start constructing out of nowhere right about here. So if he's planning on doing that, he sees the timing of the hatch and says, okay, that was a hatch first based on how far it is complete. The question is, can you get any Marines across the map in time to get inside the bunker? And it doesn't seem like that's a possibility based on the fact this guy's not moving and the pool is close enough to be done. It's just there's not enough time for it. You might have to go for an earlier barracks or go for a proxy racks, which would be pretty viable. But ByungMat did scout, and that would have been shut down pretty easily, I have to imagine. Anyway, BoxeR's playing this pretty standard. He loves his bio. He's very good with mech as well. He's just... he's a bourgeois, is what he is. There are 5 players in StarCraft history who have attained a level of excellence over a 5-year period, or a little bit less, maybe 4 years for some people, of excellence that gives them the title of bourgeois. It just means elite. It just means excellent. It's just, if you're on that list, you're nada. You're Flash, right? You're BoxeR. You're... Who am I missing? Tell me who I'm missing, guys. Like, I should know this list by heart, but when I'm casting, I don't have many brain cells available for that kind of thing. But that's what I'm talking about. It's a big deal. So, on Destination here, your third base options are over here in this Fog of War, or up here in this Fog of War if you're Zerg. And if you're Terran, same thing. Right side, left side. But this is a good number of lings coming across the map, actually. This is a little bit nuts. There's not a bunker. There are no fire bats. This is all completely unupgraded Marines, and as such, this might just... Man, I don't know. Like, either you have to retreat, and then your command center's in trouble, or the lings go up the ramp, but they don't care about the command center at all. Alright, pretty good micro here. A couple Marines died, which is really to be expected. They can't stem away. And the lings don't have speed either. But yeah, so a couple Marines died for a couple Zerglings. I'd say that was a good trade for ByungMat, but still probably better for him if those had been drones. At this point, he is sitting at 15 drones. He's getting his second gas here as his layer's on the way. So that tells me a lot of Mutalisks. That tells me this is different from the standard 5 or 6 mutas we generally see. He wants to get 8, 9, 10, maybe even 11 mutas real fast. And BoxeR should be ready for this. He knows the timings. He's going for a barracks opening. He'll have a lot of Marines, but he also definitely wants some of those turrets. Plus, he wants upgrades for his Marines. So an engineering bay just makes makes sense both ways, which is excellent. Really good stuff there. BoxeR knows what's going on. as he well should. Comsat station on the way. Not that you can get lurkers out this quick, but, you know, just in case. Maybe for scouting purposes. ByungMat's going for a lot of Zerglings, which I don't think I support this very much. This Overlord's been trying to live, but finally BoxeR sent a guy around this back way. And that Overlord is going to die, but it got some good scouting information and knows what he's dealing with. And knows what BoxeR has here, which means no bunker and 4 Marines and a medic. So once again, pulling up to the ramp, but this time the Lings are like, okay, well, we can kill an SCV or two, maybe actually get some shots off on your command center, or go home instead of getting any shots on the command center at all. What was that? I guess they want to find this Marine and kill him, which is fine, fair enough, I guess. They want to kill this SCV too, but it really kind of seems like, man, I almost would have rather got some damage on that command center and delayed mining for a little bit longer. Now there's 2 Firebats, a medic, and several Marines. So these guys, it's not going to work out for you guys, especially not on that bridge. That bridge is a choke, and as such, Lings do not like it at all, especially when Firebats are back there, causing that splash damage. Does so much damage against Zerglings. It's brutal. Spire coming in. Is BoxeR going to be able to get across here and get some damage done while it's just Zerglings for ByungMat? And the answer is maybe. He's lost a few units here. Does he still have enough to keep this thing going? It seems like he probably has enough to keep this thing going. He's going for range for his Marines, but look at this. 6 Mutalisks on the way. 7 Mutas on the way. We're going to go for 8 Mutas next. 9. Again, probably 10. He's going for a lot of Mutalisks based on that second gas timing. There's 9. And then we get 10 and maybe even 11 right away. Like 6 minute 11 Mutalisk is good number. I like it. I like it a lot. It delays your third base by quite a bit to do this. Check that action out. 11 Mutalisks popping at 7 minutes. Zerglings trying to see is the third base safe for us to expand to now that our mutas are out and we have map control? The answer is yes. Yes, young drone. It is very safe indeed. Now, what are you going to do against mass Mutalisk? Well, you got your missile turrets up. A lot of missile turrets up. And the mutas are going to see what they can pick off here. That's a Firebat if you want it. Alright, good stack. Good kill on that Firebat. Not going to say no to that. Hydralisk Den coming in because he does want some lurkers as the follow-up. Mutas on their own. I mean, we've seen it work. We've seen Soma do it. Right? If you remember that Soma versus Sackbuster 7 that I cast, we have definitely seen kind of a mass Mutaling thing work at a high level in StarCraft currently. But also, you want lurkers. You don't need them, but having lurkers against this much bio is just such a wonderful experience. Just watching Marines and Firebats explode is a good Zerg time. And I don't know if these mutas have paid for themselves. I mean, in the sense that they're keeping BoxeR at home, yes. They're paying for themselves. He lost a Mutalisk there, but just killed like 3 or 4 Marines. It's just the gas. The gas is the bigger problem for these mutas. They're 100 gas each, which makes sense because they're fast. And they fly, and they can shoot air and ground, and they do kind of a splash damage thing. It's not technically splash damage, but it sort of is. Oh, and he snipes the Academy. Okay, so no more medics being produced. Dude, this ByungMat guy is sort of kicking butt here. Like, the army supply is dwindled from BoxeR here for sure. He's got, what, 10 Marines and a couple of medics? That's not great at all. It is 68 to 70 total supply. ByungMat is up, which bodes exceptionally poorly for the Terran player BoxeR, who's rolling at, 250, 260 APM at the moment. Wow. All right, well, lurker aspect is done. Do we have any Hydras out? It seems like, yes, a couple Hydras out at least. He's going to try to set up a contain here. Oh, the mutas can... Oh, they did stop construction on the refinery. Excellent. And the replacement Academy taking shots. I don't know if that's enough Marines. Look at this. He's just running up to them and killing them. Dude, this ByungMat, if somebody knows who ByungMat is, please tell me, because I feel like he is a much better player than I anticipated he would be. Like, when I pulled this up, I was like, oh, BoxeR's probably going to win, and it'll be fun anyway. We can get some BoxeR time on the channel, but I don't know if that's the case anymore. ByungMat is playing this so very well. He's got a Queen's Nest coming in. He's got some lurkers morphing in case of a huge counterattack as BoxeR's working on, because, again, his macro is terrifying. and problematic for anyone he's playing against, especially Zergs. Like, his specialty is TVZ. +1 attack done for these units. The Hydras have no attack upgrades at all, but we're getting Carapace, which applies to the Zerglings and the Hydralisks and the Lurkers. Well, and Ultras, if you want to get technical with this. Alright, man. He's trying to get a trap up. It feels like either he's going to go for a stop trick here, where the Lurkers don't fire until BoxeR walks on top of it and then everybody dies. But he just got scanned, so that's not happening. I still don't know about you jumping on this. Oh, Medic picked off, but a Muta does go down. I'm assuming that was previously injured. Okay, this is our setup now. And by golly, that worked. That worked exceptionally well for ByungMat. He destroyed that setup, that entire composition. 8 kills on that Lurker. The Mutas have been paying for themselves pretty effectively. Lurkers burrowing up. There is a Science Vessel for detection purposes, so all the Lurkers die, which is excellent. But the army for BoxeR here is not good. It is très mal, as the French would say. My goodness. I mean, he's got a lot of barracks, so he's pumping Marines and Fire Bats as fast as he can here. And also, I feel like maybe another missile turret would be worth, but I don't think we're making any more Mutas, so perhaps the chicken has flown the coop on that one. Okay, so SCV says, hello, we've got some Scourge in the mix to try to deal with the Science Vessels, which is a fantastic move indeed. Oh, the Lurker Spines, just getting several SCVs up here. Going after the Comsat station, kind of, also trying to kill the Terran Academy. Not very targeted. Ooh, one Science Vessel does go down. Not very targeted fire on these Lurkers, but there are so many of them, I don't think it actually matters. They get the refinery. They forced a liftoff. What is going on right now? This is insane out of ByungMat. It's 100 to 66 supply. Reinforcing units are cruising across the map right now. He's going for a Defiler Mound. He's got Adrenal Glands coming in. 6 kills on that Lurker. Pretty darn excellent. Kakaru's here. Kakaru. Introduced in Brood War. And there we go. Not allowing that Science Vessel to go down is beautiful. You don't want that at all. Yeah, man. I mean, this is Lurker heaven at the moment. Okay, I think all the Mutas are dead. Lings are cruising in, not really getting great stuff done there, but you know what? Distracting enough for the Lurkers to get the damage done that you want. The range on these guys is incredible. Tank shows up. That is the natural enemy to the Lurker in most situations. Check this out. Defiler's in production. Is he not researching Consume? That is the one thing I think ByungMat may have messed up on. Once your Defiler Mound is done, you really, really want to start Consume immediately for your Defilers so that they have effectively unlimited energy. I mean, you have to sack Zerglings for it, but still. I'm not seeing it. That's a problem. Irradiate did finish up, though, for the Science Vessels. We saw that come through on the production tab. Marines at 2-1 upgrades. BoxeR's been doing upgrades despite everything being as insane as it is here. So Lurker's gonna die to the Irradiate, but that is energy that's not going to be irradiating Defilers. But the problem is the Defilers don't have enough energy for anything because they don't have Consume. Man, that production tab is still not showing Consume. So, yeah, these guys have less than enough energy to do anything right now. Trying to jump up here with a Lurker Ling attack. Wow! And that's it. BoxeR GG's out, and ByungMat is your winner in 14 minutes. Who is this player? Who is this mysterious ByungMat? I guarantee nobody clicking on this was like, and then ByungMat won in 14 minutes. Obviously. We saw that coming a mile away. No, nobody did. And he did it without Lurkers either. I mean, he was way up. He had so much stuff. Didn't have incredible upgrades, but the Zerglings had speed and Adrenal Glands and had Carapace, which is very good against Marines because they attack quickly. And anything with armor is going to do well against things that attack quickly for a little bit because armor is applied to every attack. I need to look at this real quick. Hold on. We need to see the general state of the game when BoxeR GG'd out. Turn the music back on. It's a little creepy. Okay, so at the GG moment, it was, aw, it's too far. Let's try this again. And here, that's where he GG's. Okay, so it's 92 to 63 total supply, which is I mean, it's what the kids would call a problem for BoxeR here. To be down that much to a Zerg player is, okay, it's basically death. It's not like instant death, but it's basically death. I mean, the fallback here is a single bunker and 4 Marines, and he hasn't quite made another round of Marines yet, but I don't think it matters. And he's got 37 SCVs, but his natural base is probably dead, and the Zerg player is expanding to a 4th base and a 5th base behind this. If ByungMat is like some crazy smurf or Jaedong that I just can't find anywhere, I would not be surprised. That was incredible. Like, the really fast mass Mutalisk setup that didn't win the game, but did a great job. Got some good trades. I mean, picking off the Academy was a big deal. Slowing down Medic and Firebat production. Picking off this gas, delaying that was fantastic too. Just getting the best of general engagements here. And then just teching up back home. It's not like he made the mutas and then forgot about everything else. He took a 3rd base. He droned it up hard. He continued to pump Zerglings. He got adrenal glands. He got upgrades for his dudes. He made a ton of lurkers. He was getting up to defilers. He, for some reason, did not ever make consume, which I wonder if he realized. You got the guys up here and he's like, all right, let's consume. Oh, right, I didn't actually do that. Who needs it, he said. I'm just going to jump on this. And he initiated this. This was not BoxeR attacking, and ByungMat's like, crap, I got to see if I can hold this with Lings and Lurkers and a couple Scourge, but he totally did. Snipe the Science Vessel. There's nobody left here. The Lings, again, are so hard to kill when they have +1 armor and adrenal glands. The tanks are toast. These Lurkers, 7 kills on that one. Some of these not doing great on the kill count. It's generally how that works with the Zerg, though. Very often, or not very often, do Zerg units have massive kill numbers. They're all sharing the load that way. Share the load. But wow, I don't know what else to say about this. That was such an impressive win from this ByungMat. We have to figure out who this is. Please work with me, people. We can work together, and we'll figure it out, because ByungMat, not 500 APM, but what he did with his 220 APM was fantastic. It really just kept BoxeR stuck at home mostly. That's the big trick. BoxeR never had a huge attack on the other side of the map. I don't think he crossed the midway point once today, which is crazy pants. So, I like how I spent all this time at the start of the cast just talking up BoxeR and being like, yeah, you kids don't know who this guy is, and then he loses in 14 minutes to an unknown Zerg. This probably didn't help. Didn't help things, but hey. At least now I know who he is. End of the day, 52,000 points for BoxeR, 65,000 for ByungMat. Ended up outproducing, outkilling, and losing fewer units than the Terran did. If you're a Zerg player and you can lose fewer units than your Terran opponent, feel good about that. You really should. Blah, buildings are fine. And then resources, just 3-basing Zerg. He didn't get harassed at all. I don't think he lost a drone today under any circumstances. BoxeR lost SCVs, lost mining time on his natural a couple times, had to lift the command center's natural once, never thought about taking a 3rd base. And these are the numbers we see here. So yeah, these are the numbers. If you outspend a Terran opponent by 4,000 in 4 minutes and end up losing fewer units than your opponent by like 20, 15, 30, like 30 units fewer lost, you're probably going to win. I don't care who it is. If it's BoxeR, great. If it's not BoxeR, you're probably going to win anyway. All right. Well, that's going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw, what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.